Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. Podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc717. Tonight we got the dynamic duo on. I'm gonna give a hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social medias at Z Hendricks Brand. And of course, look up your mama's favorites at Country Air Official and Country Air Brand on all the socials. And he might not be here tonight because he's probably out here but trying to be locally, no, getting locally respected, being internationally well known for Celebrate Pro Wrestling
Yep.
at Perch XLV hashtag Take It Home Podcast.
Waffle, 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 waffle.
Yeah.
How was your food this weekend, brother?
Not bad. Just like KFC. So really freaking good there. We went to Chili's Sunday. Haven't had Chili's in a long time. And I got like the triple dipper platter, bro.
Good
Got some
call.
Nashville hot dippers, mozzarella sticks that were like freaking huge, and then some mini bites. And then I had some like avocado ranch that was fire. Um Trying to think of
Feel
what
like
else. Had a
since
lot
moving
of
to Wisconsin, I haven't had mozzarella sticks
bro.
in
Go to
forever.
Chili's. Go to
Forever.
Chili's.
I've had lots of cheese curds. Like probably
Go
the
to
last time I had mozzarella sticks where it's somebody claiming these were cheese curds, but they were just mozzarella sticks.
You were tricked. No, dude, go to Chili's, bro. Their mozzarella sticks are like fat and thick,
Okay.
and they're
You
good.
love
Oh, and then
mozzarella
I got
sticks.
the Kelly Lapowski drink. They had like an alcoholic drink. I forgot what it's called, but it was like super boozy. Got one of those, and then yeah, like, I don't really know what we. Oh, and then a lot of tropical smoothie.
Yep, yep. I feel like we had a lot of chicken thighs recently. Yeah, boneless and bone in. I made garlic steak bites and rice last night. Yeah. Um, just had a burrito and some MOUA. Got to remember when you're an adult, you can go to two places.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
it's like you can have both. Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
more the. Are you willing to do the drive for both?
Oh well, luckily these two are in the same strip mall on the same row.
Oh,
Like,
that's good.
yeah, there's like two or three stores separating them.
It's never that lucky for us. Like one of us will crave one thing, and then the other thing would be like, oh yeah. And they're like a 15, 20 minute drive apart, and you're like, is it? I'm not. We'll just cave to what they want.
No, yeah, in those instances.
Like
Um,
it's me and Val more like, oh, we're in the mood for this, and then Jack. Well, it's usually like 2-on-1, and the one always caves.
Yeah. No, I think I've been lucky in my lifetime most of the time. I do remember one night me and the homies inebriated on as you would do when you were young.
And that helped us get many monikers for Country Air.
Yeah. Uh Ordered Pizza Hut for delivery, went through the drive-through of Taco Bell, McDonald's, and Dunkin' Donuts and got back before the delivery got there.
That's impressive.
Well, luckily, like all three were in, for the most part, the same shopping center. But yeah, the fact that the lines weren't bad,
Back
really.
when, back when I was a young broke college kid, but in the National Guard and all that. And finding out for Veterans Day you can get meals for free.
Oh, yeah.
Man, bro, I'm not gonna lie, like I felt a little guilty, but don't judge me on this podcast because I'm about to tell you guys I took way advantage of my free meals. I went to Hooters, got free wings. I went to Texas Roadhouse, got a free steak. I went to Chili's, got a burger. I went to Applebee's, got another burger. I went to like three other places that I don't remember right now at the top of my head. Had a pizza, some like other shit. And like I got to the point where I started like mapping it out, and like I only did it one time, but like I figured it all out, mapped it all out. Where I started calling ahead after the first two or three. Where I was like, "Yo, can I pick it up to go?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yo, this is gonna make it so much easier." And like me and the homies at college had like we feasted, bro. Like,
No, yeah, sometimes you got
yeah,
to. Those,
yeah, bro. It was like I was like, "Yo," everyone's like, "Yo, I'm hungry." I was like, "Someone wants to drive.
it's like we
I
can,
guess we can have whatever you like
yeah, no, that's
at a certain price." It's on
free,
the
free. No, that's
menu.
like, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. If
No,
I had the ability, I'm sure I would have used the opportunity well myself.
right. It was definitely one of those where it was like I remember like seeing the like everyone would come in like yo like the table was full of like all different restaurant foods. It was just like one meal, of course,
Yeah.
but it was like when it's like you and like four other friends and you have like 8 to 9 meals in front
Fans
of
in
you.
front of
You're like
you. Yeah, it works out.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then that night you're drinking for free.
Yeah, yeah, you got food on lock. I
Like,
have
yo,
been
I'm
at
gonna
least
drink
in
for
that
free this whole
position.
weekend.
Yeah. Take care of food, you ain't gotta worry.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
but could you take care of the music for this week, brother? Perch ain't here. Do you have a banger of the week?
Yes, sir. I've been discovering on Spotify, and the one I'm gonna pick is Us Versus Everything. Us Versus Everything by Ohano Ban.
Yeah,
It's one of the fine doc song, bro.
I did listen, eventually finished listening to.
Oh, there's a song I recommended that has like a really good start, but like, I didn't realize it was like 5 minutes and like the ending's kind of weak. So I will apologize for that. I don't know the name, but that's a really good start. But like as you get middle of the song, you're like, oh, I could change it. That's
Sky
also
High, Sky High. That's what I listened
yeah, that movie. It starts off good, but then it's just like wow, real
to.
embarrassed to put it on the pod. My bad.
It's still pretty
But
fun.
no, listen, guys. When I recommend a song, 80% of the time I'll listen all the way through. I have like
Eight,
short attention span.
eight, that's fine. That's fine. It's Perch is a passionate music lover. And you are not. That's the balance of the podcast.
I feel like I'm passionate,
You are
providing
passionate,
bangers.
if not as passionate when it comes to music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's all it
I'm,
is. It's like
I'm
you
doing
are
more music
passionate.
with it.
Like,
I'm expanding, or my discovery playlist is.
yes, yes. Um, did you catch anything interesting this week that you want to put over?
I watched a little bit of Raw. Uh, I like that they were trying to really make us think JD was going to beat Penta.
Yeah, that was a good match. Some believable falsies.
Oh yeah, main event was super believable. Like I was like, I really thought at one point Rollins was taking it. Like when he got speared and the I got his curb
Yeah,
stomp, I was like,
spear, super kick, spear, splash.
yeah, I was like, that one was like a good kick out. That was a phenomenal falsie. But then I was thinking like someone has to come out. Sammy already came out. Like Sammy got jumped. Is Rollins really about to win this title? And then Punk came out. That was a nice save.
Yeah.
But then Gunther and Pat McAfee. Not gonna lie, pretty interested in that now.
And yeah, I'm interested in that. Um, I don't know if we're leading to those rumors that I'm not interested in.
What was the rumor?
Gunther Goldberg.
Oh yeah, I heard that too. Not interested in that
Uh,
either.
sorry. EO and Roxanne was really good.
I was leaving. Oh, I got cousins Monday because I left during that entrance because they forgot one of our sandwiches, and I came back at the end.
Oh, well, it
I think
was
I was on
very
the phone with
good.
you.
It was very fun. Otis and Rusev, glad Rusev's back. The Paul Heyman promo to start the show was
I missed that. I gotta watch that. I
Yeah,
heard it's really good.
that one was really good. And I happened to watch a Paul Heyman video earlier today that I've been thinking about. Paul Heyman's really, really smart. Uh, I do like that we don't know really what we're doing with Finn in the Judgment Day, but we know he's not happy.
Did you notice who he was talking to when Uso was walking in the back?
No.
If you watch when whoever's walking to the main event, like when they're about to come out, I think it's Jay Uso.
Hmm.
If you look in the background, Finn's talking to Roxanne,
Ooh.
which Roxanne's paired up with Julia.
Yeah.
So, and who's been a pain in the ass for Finn? Liv.
Liv, yeah.
So,
Liv's got a title.
the tag title.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they've been really pushing hard for this Julia Roxanne pair up. Like, why would you push two people so hard together if you're not going to put them in a tag team?
Team, yeah.
So, yeah, they're like definitely interested to see the layers they're doing with Judgment Day. But, like, again, one thing I do love about WWE is if you pay attention to the back, it's always a reason. Like, for the longest time, Chad Gable was always with the Creeds.
Yep. Yeah. And yeah,
Then
I hadn't watched the entrances on that match just because as I've said in the past couple weeks, the structure of WWE is just the hardest to watch. So
yeah,
I tuned out of most of the entrances on Monday.
no, I get that. The entrances are like, yeah, especially because you know it's going commercial right away.
Yeah. So it was just yeah, I wasn't paying attention. So I missed that one. But yeah, no, the main event was really good. Um didn't Jay technically lose that match?
Technically, yes, Jay Will lost that match because they have Punk
Like,
attack Rollins.
yep, he lost match to Seth Rollins. So that technically has a win over the WWE champion. Um Dynamite has been good tonight. Um I love that the Bucks came back to work just to do hood rat shit with their friends. Like the past like 2, 3 weeks, they've just been having PWG 6-man matches, and it's been so fun. Now, is Mike Bailey necessarily getting over in these matches? Eh, tonight maybe, but they're fun as fuck. Um, I enjoy Anna Jay and Harley Cameron together if they're going to be a tag team. They're both hilarious. I forgot how funny Anna Jay is. Uh, Excited for Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné at isn't I don't think it's All In. Whatever the next pay-per-view is. I think All In.
Double or nothing.
It might be Double or Nothing up
Are
next.
you looking forward to paying $99 to be Monet's friend?
Hey, I'm not going to hate the hustle. I'm
Hey,
not
money's
paying
money.
that.
Like I ain't gonna lie. Like as long I mean, you can always pay 10.99 for watch Zach Hendricks eat burritos at OnlyFans.com, or you can pay $99 to text Sasha Banks or Mercedes Monet. Your
It's
choice.
like it just feels
I
like isn't that an OnlyFans service? Isn't she just charging an OnlyFans service without the OnlyFans?
I don't know. If I was
Or one of
charging
those
$99 for
things.
you to text my private number, you're just like, we're just gonna text like friends. Like that's how I'm doing it. $99, you're gonna text me like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, what up?
Yeah, like
You know,
that. Like I said, I'm not going to knock the hustle. If
nah,
people are
I like
if people are willing to pay it,
I just think it's
look,
like odd nowadays. Like it's just I mean I get it, but it's just weird. Like $99. Like people are paying $99 for a phone number.
yeah.
It's weird.
Like if it, like Zach, if people charge us $99 for a number that we're just going to be like, yo, what's good? Back to, I'm taking it.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be a take a whiff
Keep that thing in the
hotline.
clipboard and just paste.
No, no, no. It'll be mine will come from the heart. I will legit. If you get a K from me, it came from the heart. We ain't doing the South Park Chat GPT stuff.
Yeah. I promise you that it won't be Chat GPT. It will be a message from me. It will just be a very low effort message from me.
I mean, yeah, as long as you're not creepy,
Then it might be a high energy message from me telling you to stop.
you're gonna have to stop, sir,
Yeah.
or madam.
Um, yeah, I've got, hey, yeah, to me, it's no different than OnlyFans, I don't even know if Only Wrestlers is a charging service, so I shouldn't say that.
I
Uh,
mean, the show I thought like
yeah, it is like now I think it's a show. Like I have no idea what Only Wrestlers is, but hey, get y'all money, boo boo. If people are willing to pay that, people are willing to pay that. Like never forget what we learned in Nebraska. What they're willing to pay is what they're willing to pay.
yeah.
That's what they're willing to pay. Um, yeah, I think that was all I watched. Uh, I mean, we can talk about what we did this weekend, which for me was, we talked about it over the podcast. I think both of us, we just slept a lot,
Yeah, a lot of sleeping.
a lot of
A
sleeping.
lot, a lot of just napping, taking advantage of napping, enjoying that time home with the family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see a show.
Oh yeah.
I saw micro wrestling down at Sweeney's gym. I think being a wrestler ourselves, you kind of like I think anyone who's been in the backstage, everyone understands like when you're waiting for the next match to start and you're like, come on, let's get with it. Be a little but like it's cold. It took a long time in between matches. But I mean, there was some like a little show.
Well,
His
how
match.
was the crowd? Was the crowd dying in that time,
Oh,
or
the crowd was definitely into it. The crowd was hot. Like I think us being workers and all that, like more so is like, kind of like, oh, let's get on with it. Like, but the mics didn't really work for the promos, but the fans were into it. The crowd was into it. I was into it. I was not into the biased commentator talking crap about the heels. Like,
Mhm.
he was not no bueno for me. So,
So, so like
but definitely
hard
still some
face.
what?
So he was like a hard face.
Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, he was super hard for the face. Like, when anytime like a little show, he's the baby face of the match. Anytime he was down, he's like, "Come on, crowd, let's get up for little show, little
Right.
show." Like obviously it's more of like it's not wrestling, like it's wrestling, but it's like you tell it's more like they have like their fun stuff. Like how they start the show is like each person comes out and like first guy to come out, he's gonna be a match when it's the heel. Second guy to come out, he's in the match when it's the baby. Then they bring out another guy. Everyone stays in the ring during this too. At the beginning of the show, they bring out each person on the show and like you could tell, like, oh, these are the matchups. Like he's the heel, he's the face, he's the heel, and they're all in the ring shoving each other and all that, hyping up the show. Then they go out, they bring out the ref, Micro Jackson. He cuts a promo, he leaves, he comes back out for the match. And then they have the heel come out, the face come out, the heel comes out, cuts his promo, the face comes out, he cuts his promo. They do the check, they fuck with the ref a lot, like really prolong it, and then eventually they ring the bell.
Okay.
So like again, like for us being wrestlers, like and you see guys, you're like, come on, I want to see the going, you want to see the moves, but like obviously, like I feel like just I don't know, maybe I'm just impatient.
I mean, it's definitely it's giving fair show vibes, which we don't mind.
Also, also if it wasn't cold, like if it wasn't like,
Yeah,
look,
that's
it's freezing
definitely
now. I
Uh,
feel like if it was a hot day, warm day, been fine. It was
yeah.
like kind of like we were close by the lake, so it was like more cold than anything else. So like I think it was just fine. It would have been fine. But I will say, I little showing them, he did some cool ass moves that I am going to steal. Like There was some cool shit, some good sells, all that. But
No, yeah, yeah, I've definitely seen the clips, and like the wrestling is there's a lot of quality wrestling on it. Like so,
yeah,
but
it was
yeah,
definitely good.
it just seems like they presented at least in what we would call a fair show format.
Well, yeah, I definitely felt like they were building up to the Armani formula, where the main event was gonna have some shenanigans, and like we were gonna get to the like a multi-man match, but we ended up heading out to Chili's because we tapped out to the cold. It's my weak another weakness. I don't like being cold. If anyone was at Raging Pro and saw me come out in my sweatpants and hoodie that match, I was like, I had my gear. I
You,
didn't forget my gear.
like you saw
I don't like
that
to be cold.
you saw that FCW match with me and Juan. I think it was a multi-man match. Or a gauntlet match or something where we took off our hoodies. We had the agreement we were going to keep those hoodies on, and then he took it off and broke the
Oh
rules.
yeah, out in that parking lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't like being cold. But
I get it.
I forgot. I thought I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. Oh, I wish they would have had more like because we watched that the micro wrestlers show on the I think it was either on HBO or Paramount. It's on some streaming network, of course. But we watched it, and they had like more people. Like they had like a lot of focus on a guy named Psycho who seemed very. He had like a cool character. They had this guy named Hot Rod who was like a young guy who was like really athletic and all that. And Little Show was on it, but like for us, the only micro that I recognized from the streaming series was Little Show and Micro Jackson.
Okay, yeah, Hot Rod's the one that they usually post.
Yeah, Hot Rod was not there.
Oh, that's actually disappointing.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing. No Hot Rod. Kind of like I knew like from the show that Psycho is not really. They have an A team and a B team, and the A team are the Travelers, and the B team stay in Pigeon Forge and wrestle locally the whole time. And I
Hmm.
know Psycho was like technically B team the whole time because he had the family out there, and like the series was showing him joining the A team. I was like, oh, it'd been cool to see him travel because he looked like a cool wrestler. He looked like he did cool shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, man, no, like I was telling Luke, and he's like, was Hot Rod there? And I was like, nope, no Hot Rod.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, that's sad. But I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's always actually hard to ask wrestlers to go to a show and not be in a wrestler's mindset and possibly overanalyze certain things and just,
Exactly.
not be in the moment.
Like if they would have done this.
Yeah, this is like, man, the pacing of this show, especially when we complain about, pacing in WWE TV,
Oh
is,
yeah,
yeah, it's probably going to get to you.
yeah, it was definitely bad. But other than that, a lot of napping, a lot of chilling.
Okay, well, why don't we get to the topic and talk about something that is not so chill?
I don't know what the topic is.
Oh, did I not send it? And we thought oh, okay, no, I did send it. All right, we have Cena
Did you
and
send it?
Orton. We have Roman and Seth. These are like the rivalries, forever rivalries that define a generation. Like they will always, I wouldn't say they will always be enemies, but most of the time it's going to be those two being involved with each other.
Like that's like a matchups you're looking. That's the matchups you like when you see the person. That's the person you think of.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Are there any young rivalries that you see in that way?
Young ones.
Yes.
Hmm.
Or rivalries or relationships. That's what I should say, because that affects at least one of my answers.
Hmm. I'll
So for
let you go
me, I'll
first.
I'll go with this one. Axiom and Nathan Frazier.
Oh, like yeah, they'll always be tied together.
I think they will always be tied together. Whether it's
I can see it.
like, because they started off as rivals, they become a tag team. They have teased a breakup again for such a long time. I think WWE sees those two as some people who could definitely
build off of.
build off of. Yeah.
Just like organically being number two on the PWI tag list.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're number two.
Yeah. Yeah. They are.
But
As I said, we've talked about how we feel about them. Like I think they are great wrestlers. I personally do not enjoy them as a tag team.
yeah, I think they'll be better. Like who turns on who?
I feel because that's the thing. It's how they're playing it, which I am interested in. Is I can't really tell because they are assholes to each other occasionally. Nathan probably more so to Axiom, but there was a period of time where Axiom was being an asshole to Nathan.
Yeah. I think Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes will be one.
You think Trick and Carmelo? I can see Trick and Ego.
I don't know. I feel like when when Trick goes up to the main roster, I think him and like Carmelo are going to like team up again, reunite, and have that breakup again.
I would like it. I think it's I mean, I made a tweet about Rouge. I think Rouge's journey in AEW is one of the most interesting to me. I think Trick Williams' journey in WWE is the equal to that, but for different reasons.
Yeah, I don't. Are you talking about like Roosh just kind of like how he's not around, or because I don't really know if he's is he in really in AEW lately? I
Well,
haven't
he
seen him.
kind of made his return like within the last 2, 3 weeks.
Ah,
So the thing with Roosh is fucking over.
yeah, he's super over.
He's super fucking over. But I think you could tell times where maybe from the back they tell him, don't be as over as you are. Like not just the him going away, but like when he's featured, you can tell like when the crowd is really behind him, and
He
then
has like
all
a
of a sudden
unique
something
look.
happens and it's just like what changed? What changed? It's not that we're not behind you, but I can tell that something has changed.
Yeah, like it's not what we were cheering.
Yeah, it's not what we were cheering for. It's still good, but it's just not what we were cheering for. So that's my thing. I think Roosh has had the downs have been when he's not there. Anytime he's used, it's been great and amazing. And then
Yeah,
yes, I think they sometimes maybe he gets a call from the back like, hey, it's not your turn. It's not your
yeah, not yet.
yeah, just not yet. It's not your turn. Brody King is another one I feel that way where he gets the it's not your turn.
I'm trying to think of some others. Like I can see.
I feel
Yeah,
Trick is one where they've said it a couple times. It's your turn. It's your turn. But then, like, they don't take him to that next level.
yeah, 'cause he's
And, like, they
over.
kind of want him to be exactly where he's at.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's
I get
why it's
that.
like I'm looking at it as like maybe Ego, somebody who's like at this point, at least, I would say at the same level as him would be his forever tied to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like other guys who might be like that, who you're always like, yeah, we can always circle back to it. Like honest, like man, I mean they do mix it up. I mean, besides old rivalries, like I don't really feel like Damian Priest and like Drew McIntyre are always tied together right now, but that's just the norm right now. Like I'm trying to think of one that's like
I
really
would say Drew and Sheamus.
Drew and
First,
Sheamus.
yeah, that we can always circle back to and have good.
I mean, I think we're
It's
gonna
not
like
going to hit the same as maybe Cena or Rollins or because they've
yeah, that's what
mostly
I'm trying to
always
say.
been
I'm trying to
against
think
each
of like
other.
I'm trying to think of like that because like when you think of Orton and Cena for like us, that's like maybe more of our childhood rivalry, top guy and top heel,
Yeah,
compared to like when people were growing up with the Austin Rock era, and then
yeah,
like kids now growing up have more of like I would say like either Rollins and Reigns are more likely Lesnar and Reigns.
yeah. Lesnar and Reigns, I can see that's one you can always circle back to. That's one I would like to circle back to now that we have Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I mean like that's the one too. I mean, like always, I
I
guess
can
you
tell
could
you one
always
that
have.
I thought years ago would be one, but I was proven completely wrong recently. Was Roman and Braun.
Yeah,
I like when Braun was first coming up, I was like, we can do this for a long time, and I don't think I'm gonna get tired of it. But things have changed over time. Braun went away, came back. Roman went away, came back more over than ever, and had a legendary 1,000 day run.
yeah, they're on just two different levels.
Yeah, it just ended up being too dumb. It felt like they could have had something there. But yeah, unfortunately, it just wasn't.
I mean, I think you'll say like if we're talking like AEW terms, like you could say maybe like Daniel Garcia and MJF will always be tied together.
I mean, so my thing with AMG with AEW is they always make it very clear, like there are groups of wrestlers that they want tied together. I think Jack Perry, MJF, like Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara are one group. Like
Yeah, and like
they
Carly
want Jack
recently,
Perry in that group, but Jack Perry doesn't really fit in that one.
yeah.
Um, I think like Hobbs, Takeshita, at this point, maybe Fletcher.
I
Uh,
mean, Fletcher and Osprey will always be tied together. Like
yeah, and then
Fletcher,
probably Osprey, but I would still put Osprey a bit above that group of guys. But I would say
yeah,
like that's a group like okay, we're focusing on these guys. You guys will spread apart, but you will always come back together, and it will mean something. I think with those four guys, I could see it being that way. Except yeah, I would still put or at least those three of them, Hobbs, Takeshita, and Fletcher. Uh, I hope they add like maybe Brody King. It feels like they've been trying to add Brody King into that because Brody King's another one. It's like you're just telling us it's not his turn at this point, you know.
yeah,
I think maybe that'll be the topic for next week. Wrestlers who is just it just wasn't their turn.
yeah. Like not to sound bad, like a lot of them who were over at the time kind of sucked because they were building up that huge Roman Reigns thing. And like
Yeah,
think
it
about
just
LA. I feel like LA Knight was hot at one point, and like there's a lot of guys who could have been like hot at one point that needed to struck iron, but at the same time, then like there's the argument too, like
yeah, it
you
just
get to
wasn't
stay
it wasn't
over.
your turn. We are investing in something bigger. Right now,
Yeah.
it's just not your turn, unfortunately. As hot as you are, it's just not your turn right now.
Yeah, like at the time it was Roman's turn, and then it became and then Cody was the right guy to make it his turn.
Yep. And yeah, it is unfortunate that yeah, somebody like LA Knight, like I wouldn't say that his star has taken a hit, but it definitely didn't explode the way it could have.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah,
So we'll put a pin in that for next week. Um why don't we talk about what we got coming up this week? Uh I will be hopefully not sleeping as much and spending more time in the gym because it was a battle last week. Just very tired, new job. But yeah, just hoping to just get back in the gym more consistent this week. Get back at it. Get ready for this comeback. What about you, brother?
yes, sir. I will be back at 0-1 USA. It's been a few months. Last time I was there was like when I lost the match to win the world championship, but back at it. I find myself in the ladder match for the 0-1 title shot contract. I forget what they call it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
Yeah,
their money in the bank, but yeah, it's something.
yeah. At
It's
least we're both on the same page. But yep, I
like
don't know what the briefcase is called, but I'm gonna win it. So
that's all it knows.
all that matters because that will get you an opportunity at a singles championship, and then I can have the opportunity. More than likely, I will probably just call my shot. I'm gonna be that guy who's gonna we'll pull the John Cena route. You know what I'm saying? The good one. try to bring back the hustle,
I
loyalty,
think
respect
it's
that, the respect that they did.
anytime, anywhere briefcase, I believe.
Yeah, anytime, anywhere, briefcase.
Yeah.
So gonna win that. Gonna be one step closer to becoming a champion on my own at 0-1.
And you got the back of all the shooters. Oh, what did I do?
They want it. The fans been talking about it, I've heard. I listened to like a couple of shootout podcasts and like heard a couple of people saying I want to see him get it. People put over that me and Analog could have been like a War Games main event, so I had a good match. Just wasn't good enough.
Unfortunately.
We'll
Uh,
get there.
yep. But with that, I think it's time we start taking it home. So, Zach, any final thoughts or questions?
I do not. Besides, I got more Simpson figures, got the collection going. Finally got the Carl to my Lenny. Some might say
Yeah.
the Doctor, the Simmons to my Hendrix. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. One of these days we will do that for a Halloween battle royal.
Bro, if I was telling people if like we ever made it big, like back at like how they you would walk, like they show the guys walking up to the arenas in their gear and all that. We ever get
Mhm.
signed, bro? Our walk up fits are gonna be nothing but Simpson outfits. Walk up like Carl and Lenny, walk up like Krusty the Clown and fucking Sideshow Bob. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna be fitted out every time.
Hmm. Down for that.
Yeah, if we ever make it big and we're like famous and they show us walking up to the arenas, just know we're walking up in a Simpsons outfit every time.
Yeah.
Even for like Ned Flanders, bro. We fitted.
Nah, yeah, I'm down with that. For me, be sure to let us know of any other rivalries or pairings that you think will be, you see one, you automatically think about the other, ones that'll last into the infinite that is the WWE universe, or I don't know what AEW calls themselves, but you're
And we're going to Wisconsin indie scene.
yeah, or on the Wisconsin indie scene. Yeah, let us know. High five, Tom. Sorry, I know last time I talked, I was like, yeah, I'm caught up on posting these, but now I know it's like, I'm back to being 2 weeks late. So sorry about that, but I'll get this up. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on all the social media. Follow Perch at PerchXLV. Tell them that you want a copy of Celebrate Pro Wrestling. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.